Hi, I'm Harold Bell, and this is the Legends of Inside Sports and the Way We Were. We're doing a part two with my special guest from Indianapolis, Indiana. He's, of course, a trailblazer when it comes to sports media. He's a minister. He's a gangbuster. He does it all. And I'm talking about my friend, Mr. Mike Ramey. You can see him right behind me with that big smile on his face. How you doing, Mike?
Doing good, Coach. How about yourself?
Hey man, I cannot complain, man. God's been good, man. He's always on time. Mike, there are a lot of things going on, of course, in sports, and I'm talking about, of course, we we're talking about the NBA playoffs coming up, and your team is in the thick of it. Are you talking about being in the thick of it? And I'm talking about the Indiana Pacers. Their first round matchup is with the Cleveland Cavaliers, and a lot of people are picking the Cavaliers to lose this matchup with the Indiana Pacers. What do you think about that?
I think the Pacers this time around have got a good shot at knocking off the Cavaliers. But the Pacers have to remember that the team that they're playing was not the team that they beat up on this year because they got a whole new team that they built around LeBron. So it's really going to be the battle of the young guys on the Pacers versus the old guys on the Cavaliers. And I can see it going the distance, and I can also see, and this is what Stephen A. Smith was talking about. He seems to think that LeBron, if LeBron loses this series to the Pacers, his career's over.
Is that right?
That's what Stephen A. Smith is saying. He's saying that if Cleveland doesn't make it past the first or the second round, LeBron's rep is trashed forever because he will have lost more NBA opportunities in the postseason than any other player.
Wow. Wow. Well, I tell you one thing.
You got a lot riding on this.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, I like the Pacers to win it because number one, even though, like you said, the lineup is altogether different from what was there when they won 3 out of 4. But the Pacers are coming in to this thing. They got two things going for them. They got a home court advantage, and they're not scared of the Cleveland Cavaliers, and that's a big plus, man. Because LeBron James has been just bullying his way through the NBA. A great player, no mistake about it, but he has been bullying his way through the NBA, and the best example of that is the Washington Wizards. They get him down by 16, 17 points and can't close them out because LeBron takes over the ball and bullets his way to the basket. So I'm almost sure that the Pacers are going to be up for this, and I think they got the. It's up to them to lose it. I think they can win it, but I think it's up to them to lose it, Mike.
Right. And I'm looking for some big things from Washington too, man.
Yeah, well, Washington, man, the talent is there. They can beat anybody in the East. Now, it may be a different story in the West, but they can beat anybody in the East, and they're proving that. But they just can't close them out. The thing with the Washington Wizards, you don't know which team is going to show up. They split with Toronto during the regular season, but no, Toronto has the home court advantage. In fact, I think they play tonight or this evening or sometime. But they got to split in Toronto or take both games for them to win. I think the season is going to be a bust if they don't make it past the first round of the playoffs, and they are in danger of not making it around past the first round. And they've made some moves to that, man, that I'm kind of puzzled about. I thought that in the middle they are terrible in the middle with Gotard and the other guy Nimi or something. But they don't have anybody in the middle, man, to really lock down that spot and at least average 10 points and 10 rebounds. And that's what Gotar has to do if they're going to win this thing against Toronto. I mean, they just made a move and brought in Ty Lawson, who is a guard. They really need to bring in a big gorilla, 6'10", 6'11" gorilla to hold down that middle and rebounds, man. So unless John Wall and Bradley Beal and Otto Porter, they got a great bench, man. But man, I don't think they can win it unless they have their A game and stay on top of the A game for the entire fourth quarter and close these guys out.
Well, not to mention the fact I'm looking at Golden State without Curry. Curry's out on injury, and that's going to be real interesting to see how the Western Conference shapes up with him out. The playoffs with his team, and he's out for a while. That's going to tell the tale as to whether or not they're going to be able to carry on until he gets back.
Yeah.
The problem, the good thing that the Pacers have discovered late in the season is that they discovered how to share the ball.
Mm-hmm.
And the coach here, who's a black coach, and it's really funny about the Pacers. Here's a footnote: the Pacers are playing better without Larry Bird in the front office.
Oh, that's right. Larry's no longer there. That's right.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Think about that for a second. They've got a black coach. A black head coach. They've got a good team, a young team, a run and gun team, and now they've discovered that you don't have to have Alfando carrying the load like LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
They've got at least not only three guys that can shoot. At the same time, they also got a good bench. So that's what's going to scare LeBron is that these Pacers were not the same Pacers that played the Cavaliers earlier in the season. They're stronger. They're more focused. And the Pacers were hot in the old ABA days.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And now that Bird is gone, the clamps are off. They got a good front office. They've got a good head coach who's black. And that's a first in itself. That's rare in itself. But they're actually letting the brother coach the team.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why the Pacers have had good success. Now, my big question is, what is going on with the NFL, man? Can't they get their act together?
Okay, hold that point right there. Another important point before we leave the NBA is also we have to look at the Spurs with no Kyle Leonard. That's going to make a big difference over there when you start looking at what's happening over there in the West, man. That Kyle Leonard is still sitting out, and I don't think evidently that he's coming back to the Spurs, man, because I understand that his uncle has taken over, as his agent, and evidently they have a whole brand new outlet on what this kid is worth and where he will be happy.
Right. And you got to remember, whenever you start bringing family members in to run your career,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to have some problems. Remember that the black father with the UCLA, the son was at UCLA, got busted. I think he got busted for stealing.
You're talking about the balls. The balls.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Look where he is now.
Yeah.
He is not even in the NBA picture right now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think he's playing in some league that his father came up with. Another thing, I think that's a good point. But hopefully that Kyle Leonard's uncle know exactly what his worth and where he's going to be happy. That's the key. And another thing, man, let's take a look back at the Cleveland Cavaliers, what's happening with that. Just think about the distraction with Tristan Thompson. It looks like he has a sex Jones that he can't get rid of. You hear? Did you hear me, Mike?
Yeah. Well, part of the problem too is that you got to remember that LeBron thinks that he runs that team.
Mm-hmm.
He thinks he runs that team.
Yeah.
And of course, you heard the rumors that if LeBron doesn't make it this season, he's gonna wind up in Philly.
Yeah. Well, there's all kinds of rumors. And that's one thing I really don't. When you start talking about the greatest player of all time, but he has to switch up teams and go elsewhere, to keep his legacy going. So that's why I don't have the respect for LeBron James that I have for Michael Jordan, because Michael stayed in one place and did his thing and was successful. Now let's move. Mm-hmm.
This whole sports season has been the season of the underdog. The Eagles won the Super Bowl. The Japanese guy won the Indy 500 last year.
Mm-hmm.
You had Villanova. I believe it was Villanova that won the NCAA.
That's right. Yeah, that's who won it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All these upsets coming from people and teams that people have written off, and all of a sudden they come out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, this has been the year of the underdog this whole last 12 months. And all I got to say is that the old guard had better watch out, because there may be some new faces in the finals this year.
Well, speaking of an old face in a new place, let's go to the NFL, and you try to please tell me, why is it that the Ravens signed RG3 to a 1-year contract?
Because RG3 still got a strong arm.
Okay.
And he still knows the game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, say what you want about his brief stay in Cleveland. RG3 is still a very solid quarterback, but he needs coaching. He's going to be a journeyman player for a while, because there's too many quote-unquote prima donnas at the quarterback position, not to mention the fact that there's still the mentality in pro sports that black quarterbacks can't play ball. They can't quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
There's still that mentality. RG3 has overcome that mentality and proven himself as a solid quarterback. All he needs is a coach like Tony Dungy
Mm-hmm.
to help him back to greatness. Remember what happened to Michael Vick? They wrote him off real good until Dungy got a hold of him.
Right.
And now look what happened to him.
Mm-hmm.
If you give him a black head coach or a black professional like Dungy, and to help with his training and stuff, and keep him in the mix, RG3 could be a real shock this season.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing that, because there's no telling about the status of Flacco right now. I mean, he's being paid $22 million a year, and he done got over like a fat cat, just like my man Kirk Cousins, who left the Washington Redskins and went out to Minnesota. Play timing was perfect for Kirk Cousins, his move to Minnesota, being in the right place at the right time. Let's take a look at another prima donna that we don't know where he's going to end up next year. And if I was him, I would stay right where I am, at home where I'm comfortable. He can't need the money, and I'm talking about Dez Bryant. Is he on the way out in Dallas?
It's a possibility, because ever since the owner of Dallas took on the NFL commissioner and lost, you know what they say? If you're gonna kill a snake, you got to take the head off.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And since the Cowboys owner lost against the commissioner and had to pay that $2 million fine,
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking Dallas is going to be on the downhill slide this season.
Mm-hmm.
And like they say, the commissioner's office doesn't forget, man. They're going to be looking at them. They're going to be looking at Dallas through a fine-tooth comb this year.
Mm-hmm. Because Jerry Jones, he pissed off some of the owners too. So he didn't just pissed off Goodell, who he helped pay his salary, but he also pissed off several of the owners, man. And we stop and look at what happened during the strike, which I'm going to ask you now. What happened with the Seahawks canceling Kaepernick's visit for a trial.
Well, I was just going to close on Jerry Jones by saying
Go ahead. Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
he's about as popular as Colin Kaepernick.
Right.
Among the owners, he is the white Colin Kaepernick.
What about what happened? What happened in Seattle there with
All right,
the cancellation?
it boils down to, is this man going? She pro sports above everything else is a business,
Yeah.
and they're looking at Colin to see if the heat died down. Because you remember with Michael Vick, they couldn't touch, and with Ray Rice, they couldn't touch him for 2 years until they quote unquote got redeemed. Until Colin Kaepernick gets redeemed, until Colin Kaepernick comes back on the humble, he ain't going nowhere. He can sit there and cry all he wants and kneel all he wants. But everybody, one by one, that was associated with the kneeling and Colin Kaepernick, they've been penalized by the NFL. There was another player that you probably know his name.
Eric Reed. Eric Reed, you're talking about.
Right. He's been penalized. Nobody wants to touch him.
Right. All pro. All pro.
Nobody wants to touch Colin. Nobody wants to touch some of them other brothers that took the knee. And like they say, if you're gonna take a stand for something, you better, for every action there is, we should know this from school. For every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. If you're gonna get out there and protest, you better realize, first of all, that you're not white.
That's right.
Folks gonna remember you a whole lot longer.
Yeah. Yeah, well, let me take you on another ride here as it refers to Colin Kaepernick. I don't think Colin Kaepernick wanted to go because for the trial or for the interview because number one, he got a big collusion case against the NFL, and it's looking good for him right now. If he had gone on and take that interview and tried out, he wouldn't have had no collusion case because they would have been able to point out, well, look, we gave him an opportunity. We brought him in for an interview. We was going to give him a trial. So that collusion case goes out the door with Colin Kaepernick going to the Seattle Seahawks. So I think that was a good move for him to say, no, his career is over. It is over. He doesn't want to be. His legacy from here on in would be that he took a knee and the NFL players blew it because they didn't have no togetherness. They had the NFL owners buy the balls, man, and let go. They let the owners give them a little piece of money, $89 million to support community programs and whatever else they wanted to do. But then the ball players, they couldn't decide how they wanted to use the money or if they were being sold out by their own colleagues. So that thing just went up in the air. So now the owners are back in power. They're back in power because the black athlete did not take the opportunity, was there when he had it, man. That's the bottom line. Everything else is BS, man.
Well, let's look at it this way. The black players need to get a copy of Donald Trump's book, The Art of the Deal.
Mm-hmm.
Because look at how Trump is handling North Korea. He has got Kim Jong-un so scared that Kim Jong-un jumped on a train to run back to his Chinese handlers and say, what do I do? And the Chinese told him, you better not piss Trump off, or he will drop a bomb on your country, and we ain't going to stop it.
Mm-hmm.
Part of the problem is that Colin was not wise in his negotiating tactics. He let that woman lead him around by the nose. What he should have done is it should have been all or nothing. And then Colin tipped his hand when somebody, I forgot who it was, made a bid for a pro team.
Yeah, Jay-Z or one of them guys made a bid.
And Colin wasn't content to be the quarterback. He wants to be part owner. So you don't have any experience in the front office.
Well, they ain't gonna let him come no owner anyway, man. They don't have any black owners, period, in the NFL. So what makes him think that he's gonna be welcome into the good old boys club? I mean,
Right.
that was a stupid move on his part. I didn't understand that. He was not thinking. But overall, not only did Colin Kaepernick blow it, I mean, Colin Kaepernick was the he was the man out front, but then the players had a chance. Those guys in Seattle never backed down. They never backed down. But the rest of the league, they took their little tent or took their ball and went home and said, hey, let's continue to be slaves. I mean, this stuff been going on for decades, man, and I've been talking about it for decades. The NFL is nothing no more than a plantation, man. And these guys are happy being slaves. As simple as that.
Well, and it's not just the NFL.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! No!
It's pro sports.
And college sports.
Well, we got the NCAA here.
Yeah.
Here. And the funny thing is that remember that court case a couple of years ago where the brother sued the NCAA for using his likeness
Yes.
in
Right.
the basketball thing?
I remember that.
Yeah, last I heard, he lost that case. He won at the trial level, but lost at the appeals level.
Mm-hmm.
You got to remember that the NCAA likes them green, black, and dumb.
Mm-hmm.
There was a documentary I watched that came out a couple of years ago where this black player who was smart, he was a scholar, and he was also a football player. They penalized him simply because he didn't fit the mold of what the traditional black athlete at the college level was supposed to be. They penalized him for being smart.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's what you got to watch out for in pro sports.
Well.
It used to be, yeah, you could use sports to get away from the ghetto, but now sports is such a business and there's such an investment that, as one brother said, in fact, in that letter I sent you a copy of, that if you let the coach make all the decisions for you, you're considered a good player.
Mm-hmm.
But if you start asking the coach what's up, then all of a sudden you're a troublemaker.
Yeah.
That's the way pro sports is. But like they say, our people have got to get past the player mentality and start looking at the ownership mentality. And that's how they got Bill Cosby in a trick bag.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when he made the bid to buy NBC and he had the money on the table, they got scared. And now look at where Bill Cosby is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All this stuff's coming out.
Yeah. Well, let's move on now. Let's take a look at. I know neither one of us are into that hockey trick bag, but I know that we got a outstanding team here that had a great regular season. Ended up in first place, but as soon as they go into the playoffs, they lose their mojo. And I'm talking about the Washington Caps. They're up to their old tricks, and they lost a home opener. Home opener, man. So I know Caps fans are really down, and I think the Caps are playing again tonight. They got to split tonight, or they are in big trouble. Major League Baseball, Washington Nationals are off to a slow start. Dusty Baker, the 2 years that he was here, off to a fast start. Maybe this new manager is off to a slow start and will end up catching fire in the playoffs and move on to the World Series. You know something, Mike? I know that you have had a chance to watch on the tube. Is the baseball brawls have taken the spotlight, man. These guys are fighting like hell, man. They look like they'd rather be in a boxing ring than on the baseball diamond.
Well, I think part of the reason why they do it all that fight is because the weather hasn't gotten hot yet.
Oh, okay, okay.
It's like to keep warm. I mean, look at what happened. Look at what happened with the Cubs up in Chicago, man.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah, yeah. That for the opener.
Man, he's fighting the fight. He's trying to get warm. It's like, man, we ain't supposed to be having all this snow and all in April.
Yeah, yeah. I tell you one sport, man. When you talking about cheering on a guy and hoping that he comes back in his old age. I never seen nothing like it, man. In golf with Tiger Woods, man. They love some Tiger Woods. They are pulling for him, man, because it is evident if this guy is playing well, he carries the sport. You know, at the Masters, he didn't show that well. He made it through the cut, but they're showing him a whole lot of love, Mike.
And you know why, don't you?
Yeah, it's business.
Because
It's business.
because Tiger did how the Kaepernick won't do.
Yeah.
Tiger went through his trouble. He had his 5-year exile, and white folks started losing money.
That's right.
The trifecta. And now that the rumor that Tiger's coming back, see, folks don't realize that Tiger only needs to win a couple of more majors, and he's the all-time majors winner.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing about it is, he's good friends with Arnold Palmer,
Mm-hmm.
the king of golf.
Yeah.
I watched a documentary they had a 3-part documentary on the Golf Channel on Arnold Palmer a couple of weeks ago. And Arnold has taken Tiger under his wing.
But
That's why in the Masters this year they showed him all that love because Arnold said Tiger's a pretty good guy. I like working with him. I like playing golf with him. He's a good guy. He's had some problems, but then if you look back at Arnold Palmer, Arnold had the same problems.
but Mikey, isn't Arnold Palmer dead? Didn't Arnold Palmer die? He's still alive?
I think he is. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think that.
I'm not sure if he's dead or alive, but all I know is I saw that documentary,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a 3-part, like 6-hour documentary on the Golf Channel.
Mm-hmm.
And
Arnold Palmer is definitely a role model for all of us, you know.
yeah,
Yeah.
and Arnold Palmer, yeah, he died in 2016.
That's what I thought. Yeah. Yeah,
I
honestly.
saw that documentary, and Tiger was all through it.
Mm-hmm.
See, one thing that people don't want to admit is that Tiger has raised the bar on the game of golf.
Oh, there's no doubt about it.
Guys now,
Mm-hmm.
not just young white golfers, but young golfers in particular,
Mm-hmm.
that are playing a better game because of Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
And they don't want to admit that.
Well, we run out of time, but while we're on golf, I tell you one person that's disappearing from the golf game, and that's the black caddy. He's an endangered species. And as you know, I started out my life on the golf course as a caddy, and all you saw were black caddies. But now that money has entered to the game, where the caddies go get 10 to 15% of the winning first, or of whatever money that the golfer wins, the white golfer has now brought in his family to carry the bags. And I think the Masters may have had one black caddy out there, man. So that's the name of the game. It's always about a dollar bill, and if it's about a dollar bill, they want to keep us away from it. And in pro tennis, the U.S. Open is going to try the 24-second clock like the NBA to get these tennis players to start to make the game much faster, move it on. And I think that's a great idea. And I'm going to let you get out here to the last word on Serena and Venus. Where are they, Mike? Are they still with us?
I think that they should go ahead and retire and be done with it.
Uh-huh. I think
because they can train the next Serena and Venus.
yeah. I agree, man. I agree with you, man. I think they need to step back. They're rich. They got all kinds of businesses. And look here, these young folks with these young legs, They ain't gonna keep outrunning them, man. And tennis is a running game. You know, here both of them are approaching 40, man, and that is old in tennis, my brother. I don't care what you say. That is old in tennis, and I think Serena and Venus. I mean, hey, they have been the torchbearers. They have carried the torch. They have blazed the path, and now it's time for them to prepare the Sloans and a lot of other black youngsters out there for to take over for them. So we'll see what happens. Mike, thanks so much for taking time out to be here on Inside Sports, man, and it's been a great hour, and looking forward to having you back here real soon, man. Be gone. Well, I'm Harold Bell. That's going to be it for the Legends of Inside Sports. And remember that every black face you see is not your brother, and every white face is not your enemy. Until next time, you can color me gone.